Greetings. Today I'm here for fire hair, which is, basically what I've been doing, but this time I'm calling it fire hair. So this is like 4 washes from the last time, maybe 5. It's fading to almost blonde up here, and the roots are quite purple. It looks more orange if I pull it back. And what we're beginning with. So just to make life a little bit less complicated, I'm just going to do yellow with the roots. I say that I'm making my life less complicated, and then I'm about to explain something complicated. Yellow with the roots, strawberry leopard, you are my sunshine again. Strawberry leopard fire, which I'm going to use to make more of an orange. And then I want to have black on the ends, which we'll see. We will see how that goes for me. So this is my last hurrah of the warm families, because I'm about due to bleach my roots, and yeah, my network is everything. Okay, here's a brush. I don't really need a brush, but I'm going to use a brush. What am I doing? Things in my way. Alright, and for the black ion, Blackest black. Do I want to use a brush? I don't know if I want to use a brush. Okay. Here goes. And I don't really feel like wasting my time with the orange that has just been fading incredibly fast. And looks like I'm not using a brush. I might change my mind. We shall see. So, I went to a Metallica concert. There was like 2 Metallica concerts, because they're doing this thing where they play 2 shows, like a Friday and Sunday, and different set lists for each show. The first one was great. The first one was a great time. They opened with Creeping Death. It's always cool to have a stadium full of people chanting death. And yeah, I prefer the set list for day 1, because for closers, it was Seek and Destroy and words, names. Why can't I think of the name? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Seek and Destroy and why? Seriously, Master of Puppets. How did I forget the name of Master of Puppets? Anyway, as closers, I prefer that over Night 2's closers, which were okay, my brain's not working right now. Night 2's closers were, am I going to regret this red? It turns very pink. 1 and Enter Salmon. So yeah, I'll take Seek and Destroy and the other one. Jesus Christ, Master of Puppets. Because yeah, I feel like those 2 are good for stadiums too, because good chanting along songs. The person next to me was definitely trying to video Seek and Destroy it. I'm like, I'm gonna ruin your freaking video by singing as loud as I possibly can. And I'm quite sure I was successful in that. Yeah, it was a good time. I went by myself, of course, because, I went to Metallica with my youngest brother the first time they were here. Well, not the first time. I've been going to every Metallica show here since like 2004. I think it was 2004. Yeah, but he's not a concert fiend like I am, so once was enough for him. I'm like, I've been seeing a band once be enough? But I don't know. The great thing about Metallica is that they know what people are there for, and people are not there for the new songs. So it was like they played 4 new songs in a row for the first one, and that's when everybody sits down, and I was kind of like, I don't know any of these songs because I've not kept up with the newer stuff, which, whatever, I think the last new album I got was before the last concert here. I think it was in 2016. Anyway. Yeah, the 4 in a row, and I was kind of like, did I make the right choice? I'm not even trying to listen to anything new. But thankfully, that was it. 41, and then we were done. Which, yeah, that's, like, people aren't there for your new stuff. Great, you're still making new music, good for you. But, yeah, they know that's not what people are there for. And I don't know, some of the ones seemed, the sound seemed kind of muddy. Maybe it was just because I didn't know the songs, so it wasn't as easy to tell what was going on. But anyway, cool stage setup in the middle of stadium. I do loathe going to shows in stadiums, but for Metallica, that's just where they're going to play. If it's a band that I want to see and they only play in stadiums, then I'm going to a stadium. So, yeah, first night was a good time. Do this thing with the stage where it's like an O, and so there's people on the outside, like the regular floor tickets, and then also people on the inside of the O. And I was like, well, I didn't even consider getting one of those tickets because they're way too expensive. I don't like Metallica, but I don't like Metallica that much. I don't like them like $1,500 that much. If it was Muse, if it was Smash, I would consider it. If I had that kind of money to spend, when they got one on sale. Tickets went on sale for this in November 2022. It was so long ago. But anyway, I was kind of looking at it and like, I would be really claustrophobic in there. There's not an easy way out. And it was packed full of people. I don't know how comfortable I would have been being in there. I was in like row 14 of kind of one of the center sections, which was okay. It was a stadium, so that still means you're stupidly far away. But again, stadium shows. Also, I'm not a band I need to be like super close to feel. I don't know. They're not my favorite band. I like them, but yeah. Plus, to be that close, you get queue, and yeah, definitely not queuing for a stadium show. I did that for Smash, and that was intense. I didn't even do that for Muse. So, anyway, I was in row 14, I think I already said, which was okay. So yeah, night 1, good time. Night 2, however, Metallica was great. Because I also did not feel like going early enough for the openers. I don't even remember who they were. Like, Pantera was the only one I'd ever really heard of, and not enough because the doors were at 4, and then the show started at 6, and then Metallica came on at 9, so like not early enough to go. I didn't want to see them enough to sit around for 3 hours just for the sake of seeing the openers. So I rocked up at like 8:20 the first day and 8:40 the second day, which was good timing. But the second day, oh my god, the second I sat down, these guys next to me who were not there for night 1, thankfully, introduced themselves. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I'm not interested in meeting you. Like, I don't know. So, introduced themselves, and then before the show even started, they switched places. And the guy that was now next to me is like, oh, he likes to move around a lot, and like his friend likes to move around a lot during shows, so he's saving me by sitting next to me instead of his rowdy friend. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And then proceeded to, it was so fucking creepy. It was so creepy. Like, trying to hold my hand, trying to get me to dance with him, talking to me non-stop during the show, like non-stop. And like, there's no good escape unless you just leave the show. But like, I don't want to leave. Like, seriously grabbing my hand, and I got to remember I was holding my hand behind my back. And he was like, am I making you uncomfortable? And I said, yes, you are making me uncomfortable. And then he proceeded to continue. He stopped trying to grab my hand, but would like periodically touch me. And like, why? Leave me alone, leave me alone. But genuinely would not stop talking to me. Like, oh, and doing his cool air guitar moves. And like, you know that thing that people do at concerts where they're just seeking validation from the people around them, and like, rather than watching the concert, they're like looking at the camera, like, yeah, look at the look on my face, look at how much I'm enjoying this. Like, great. That's not what I'm there for. Yeah, trying to do that to show me his air guitar moves, which I was deliberately not paying attention to no avail, because it continued for 2 hours. Other creepy ass things was he doing after, like, I'm not comfortable. Yeah, shows me a picture of his house, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, where is it? Like, I'm not gonna tell you unless you can remember my name. I'm like, okay, I don't need to know where it is. Like, I don't give a fuck. I was just being polite, and of course, you have to, like, you can't, when you're stuck next to someone for 2 hours, you can't just totally shut them down, because A, you can't get away without leaving the show, and I want to continue watching the show. Like, that's what I'm there for. I'm not there to fucking talk to you. Yeah, you can only be so mean, because you never know when some guy's gonna get fucking creepy and violent, especially when they're not, like, already not respecting your boundaries. Like, like, I spent the entire show, like, trying to plan out what I was gonna do if he tried to follow me. When it was over and I left, thankfully he did not. It was so, even just trying to manipulate me into getting the contact information by asking if I can video a song for him because I'm out of data. Like, that's not how data on phones work. Like, maybe if you wanted to lie that much, you could tell me you're out of battery. Like, no, I'm not going to record on my phone and then send it to you, you fucking creep. And like, he kept trying to talk, and I kept like saying, like, I'm concentrating, like, I'm, I don't want to talk to you, I'm just trying to concentrate, I'm here to enjoy the show. Yeah, it didn't stop the entire fucking show. What other creepy ass thing did he do? Ooh, it just kept going on and on. Like, trying to hold my hand. Ugh, like, dance with me? Like, no, I'm not gonna dance with you. Stop asking. Ugh. I really wish that his friend who moved around a lot had stayed next to me, because I'm used to being in the pit for shows. Like, I would have been fine with that. How did I get hurt? I know though. Yeah, because that was horrible, and it ruined the show. It completely ruined it. Because I had to spend the whole time trying to shut someone down who's not getting the fucking hint. And it's pretty obvious. It got to a point where he kept trying to talk, and I was like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, and turn away. Like, I can't hear you. Turn away. Can't hear you. Turn away. Can't hear anything. Turn away. Oh, why are men like that? Like, it was very obvious that I did not want to engage with him, and interact with him. And he just kept trying. Like, yeah, maybe I'm a catch for a middle-aged man who's probably solidly 10 years older than me. Not attractive. If he was good looking, I'd be like, fuck yeah, but if he was good looking, he wouldn't have had to try that hard. Because I would have been into it from the beginning, but no such luck. Ugh, it's gross and creepy. Awful, and I hated it. I'm hoping that this doesn't end up all muddy and brown. I'm going for fire hair, not brown hair. I'm too hot. I'm almost done. Kind of. Like half of my hair left. So yeah, I know that most of the people who watch this channel are women, but if you're a man, for fuck's sakes, don't do that. Like, ugh. It's literally grabbing my hand. And when I disagreed with something, he said, like, oh, is this our first fight? I'm like, fuck off. Fuck off. Stop talking to me. I hated it. Man, I hate it. Anyway. Otherwise, good time. He thinks there were other things. Put his arm around my waist. Like, ugh. As much as I would like to punch him in the fucking face. Again, you don't want to be so rude when you don't know if somebody's going to follow you out of there and you go under sweat. Ugh. Took his shirt off a couple times. Like, why? Ugh. Anyway, first night was really good. Until it goes puts on a good show. I'm so hot. Summer's almost over. Like, fuck. I'm done with summer. I've been done with summer since like June. But here we are. I need to wipe a sweat off my face. I'm using this to wipe hair dye off my hands, so this might not go well for me. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. I don't really need to be doing sections that small. Let's just do this clump. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting fade out. Like, it's almost blonde. But next up will be testing out one of the color removers I got a few months ago. And hopefully the blue's still under there. It's still there. Hopefully the orange will have canceled it out enough that I can do a color remover on the ends, bleach the roots, and then have like a white one. I don't know if it's gonna happen right at the very end of my hair. We'll put that red and that purpley red. That might give me problems, but even if it does, the longer term plan is to kind of have colored ends and lighter roots. Just so I can hopefully keep this part of my hair in better condition. We shall see. It's good to have plans, but I am really wanting to do things that are going to spoil my plans. I would quite like to have dark green hair all over, and I would quite like to have fuck that up. Oops. I'm gonna think about dark green. I'm thinking about blue. No. I've been battling with blues for so long. No blue allowed. But I don't know. Maybe. Well, it's pointless to make plans now. But maybe after. Oh, my face is so sweaty. What was I talking about? Maybe after I do a kind of like white blonde, if I get there, I'll do like a green ombre and lighten the roots and cardigans. I feel like I won't like that very much though, because I don't really like medium green. I like a really, really dark, almost black green. So then that would put me in a situation where I don't really like any of that. Just like the ends. I don't know. I forgot to keep this separated well enough to get the black on properly. I'm getting quite sloppy here. It's fine, everything's fine. Pull this piece out. Will it make a difference? Yeah, it looks like it's black at the end. I'm so hot, okay. Just get on with it. Oh yeah, I finally beat Twilight Princess. Finally. To basically schedule it and be like, no, today I'm going to finish Twilight Princess. And I finished it. Finally. It's a good game. Just, I brought up how it feels like a hassle to play something on my GameCube every time I've mentioned Twilight Princess, so I won't go down that road again. Yeah, hopefully, well, I still have hope in my heart that they'll release Twilight Princess, well, ports for Twilight Princess and then later. I don't know about Switch now, because Switch is kind of towards the end of its life, but I'll end up getting a Switch too. Probably won't get a launch one, because usually when a new console comes out, I wait until Zelda comes out, a new Zelda game, which is why I don't have a Wii U, because I got Skyward Sword, I think Skyward Sword a dual release for no, I don't think. Anyway, regardless, yeah, didn't get a Wii U because there wasn't a new Zelda game until Breath of the Wild dual release, and I got a Switch for that. So yes, no money wasted on a Wii U. Yeah, so I'm getting a Switch 2 right away. But yeah, I beat Twilight Princess. What else did I beat? Triforce Heroes. I was grinding hard to try to get all the armor, but a lot of it you can only get multiplayer, like through a really convoluted single player thing. So yeah, I eventually just gave up. I need to keep going. The boss is kind of, well, sort of challenging. A little bit worse, but yeah. It's not too bad. The game gets a lot of hate. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. What else? And then, like, I had this grand plan. Like, I'm going to, right, it'd be my third or fourth playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom as well that I've kind of been plugging away on. Yeah. Oh, right. This grand plan to play through, or at least start playthroughs of Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword at the same time. I was like, I've got two Switches because I've got the original one that I got when it first came out, and then because I have no self-control, I also have the Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch, and I didn't get rid of my first one because, you know, I'm a hoarder. I still have my GameCube, but I still have a Super Nintendo that I don't think even works. Yeah, so, like, I'm gonna be a genius, because Breath of the Wild is gonna take me longer, be a genius, and do playthroughs of Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword at the same time. What are you doing, dingus? You come? You come here? Are you coming? Come on. I get the dye off my hands. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come on. Take this off. Come here. Wait, don't run away, you stinker. Okay. Yeah, and then I couldn't find my original Switch anywhere. I spent weeks looking. And then just today, I finally found it in the stupidest place. Like, in a purse. I don't know why it was in a purse. Hanging from dressing room door because, yes, I keep all my clothes in what would be a spare room, so it's my dressing room. Yeah, fully in sight. If I'm sitting in my dresser, which is where I sit, don't brush my hair, block my eyebrows. Yeah, fully in sight. But now I think that I'm just, because I've never played Skyward Sword on the OLED, so I think I'm going to use the OLED instead. But all of that looking was for nothing, except, I found it. It was quite frustrating that I couldn't. So, it feels weird playing Breath of the Wild again after Tears of the Kingdom because I haven't played it since Tears came out. Okay. I think I'm done. Let's see. What's about happening? What is about happening? I think that it's going to be kind of splotchy in places, but that's fine. I'll survive. I'll be fine. This is all going to fade stupidly fast. I think it's probably going to be like a week before I am doing the next thing. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with results. Alright, I'm back, and I remembered the other annoying thing that Metallica Creep did. Second song, For Whom the Bell Tolls, this is not a deep cut. When Sophie's like, oh, do you know what that song was called? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I am allowed to be a Metallica fan. No, you do not need to test me. You do not have a right to test me on what song. Are you kidding me? And you're gonna pick a song that obvious? Rage. My rage was really strong. So, just over it, done, moving on. I could have done a better job on my hair. Didn't do the best job blending, so there's some spots that are a little bit abrupt. And that's my fault because, yeah, I didn't try hard enough. But it's alright. I liked the finished result of the last color better because I did a better job. But yeah, this is okay. It's gonna be faded out within 2 washes anyway, so that's fine. Yeah, could have done a better job, but I did not, so it's just okay. But it's not mucky looking and it does look like fire, so I did kind of get that. Anyway,